A very good morning to you, all of you. We want to welcome you to Marketers Towards Future Leadership. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if we develop ourselves, our company, our university, our home starts developing. And when our home, university, and company starts developing, the whole industry starts developing. When the industry starts developing, the whole nation starts developing. And when the nation starts developing, the whole world starts developing. And we all will be able to live in a developed, fantastic, amazing world we all wish for and dream for. And I believe that all of us, each and every one of you, have a great responsibility to develop ourselves. Because we always say that we want to see change. We always say that we want to go for a greater, amazing company and a country. But the choice is in our hands. The decision is in our hands to make the right choice and the decision to develop ourselves. Because as I mentioned before, the moment we develop ourselves, the whole country starts developing. So let's be the change we always wanted to see and wanted to be as well. So with that, we have an eminent panel who have developed themselves, who have committed and dedicated to achieve their dreams and goals, to especially give their best to themselves, their companies, their nation, and overall the world. So congratulating all of you on your amazing success. I would love to talk about SLIM as well. The Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, SLIM, is the apex body for Sri Lankan marketers, which was founded in 1970 and subsequently incorporated by an Act of Parliament in 1980, recognizing it the national body for marketing and a not-for-profit organization. With the vision of leading the nation's efforts towards economic prosperity and the mission of establishing marketing as a driving force to enhance business and national value, SLIM actively promotes marketing as an essential business philosophy to facilitate the mission of establishing marketing as a driving force which enhances business and national value alike. In collaboration with the Wrexham Glyndwr University, SLIM offers you a well-recognized British MBA, which is a fast-track program that has been exclusively introduced for SLIM postgraduate diploma holders and SIM UK qualified students. And I'm sure this is great news because education is a passport to the world and key to success. And the moment you think about topping up your studies and education is that you already have the key in your hands. So why are we having this panel discussion today? The reason is to create awareness, to make sure that you get to know the good news, that if you have a CIM qualification or if you are a postgraduate diploma holder at SLIM, or from SLIM, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, that means this good news is for you to get an MBA from 6 months. And I'm sure anyone would love to get an MBA from 6 months. Now, you might be wondering why from 6 months. That is because you've dedicated a lot of years to make sure that you gain the knowledge as well. So I'm not going to talk about it because we have an eminent panel who's ready to share all the knowledge with you as well. So let me quickly introduce our panelists for today. We have 4 eminent panelists. Let me introduce Mr. Kitty Pereira. Mr. Kitty Pereira is the Chief Executive Officer, Sri Lanka Telecom. As the Chief Executive Officer, he sits at the helm of Sri Lanka Telecom's decisive and pioneering shift into fiber and draws from years of experience and expertise that has seen the company grow year on year. He's highlighting the things that I was mentioning at the beginning. So Mr. Pereira believes in the power of contribution through collaboration. He himself has spent working with some of the finest minds in engineering, a road that leads all the way to the Engineering Council and the Institution of Engineering and Technology in the UK, of which he is a chartered engineer, being a master's graduate from University of Modoto in Electronics and Telecommunications Engineering only solidifies the foundation of his career. Being a passionate professional and required to immerse himself into deep research in digital transformation, he is now reading for his Doctor of Business Administration at Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand. Mr. Kirti Pereira, welcome. How are you doing?
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes.
Let me now introduce our next panelist, Mrs. Sumudu Tantirigoda. He is the CEO of Kears Food Products PLC and the Vice President of John Kears Holdings PLC. Prior to his role, he has worked in senior management roles in ACL Cables PLC, Unilever Sri Lanka and Ceylon Tobacco Company. He holds an MBA from University of Wales, UK, postgraduate diploma in marketing from Chartered Institute of Marketing, advanced diploma in management accounting from CIMA UK, and BSc engineering honors degree from University of Muratua. He also has been a fellow and chartered marketeer of Chartered Institute of Marketing, and the profile goes on and on and on. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mrs. Sumudu Tantirigoda. How are you doing?
Thank you, I'm doing good.
That's great. With that, we're moving on to our next panelist, Dr. Pradeep Edward. Dr. Pradeep Edward currently works as the Director General Manager of Hemas Hospitals. He counts over 25 years of work experience in both local and multinational companies, of which 18 years were in the managerial capacity, with over 10 years reporting at board level in general management, COO, and CEO capacity. Dr. Pradeep Edward has won several awards in his career. Some key awards include international awards such as Specialized Marketing Manager Award from IMS UK, and very recently the CEO of the Year Award at the Sri Lanka Brand Leadership Awards conducted last year. He was a council member of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing and served in the capacity of president in the year 2018-19. And also, Dr. Pradeep is a past president of the SLIM MBA alumni. Dr. Pradeep, how are you doing?
Doing good, and welcome everyone to the forum.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, our final panelist for today, Dr. Damian Fernando. Dr. Damian Fernando comes with 25 years of experience in the field of management and academia and holds a PhD in tourism economics from Victoria University and many more professional and academic qualifications earned. He is currently the head of education at SLIM, which is, as we all know, Sri Lankan Institute of Marketing, overlooking the education arm, its research studies. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can go on introducing our panelists, but let me keep it very short. How are you doing, Dr. Damian?
I'm good, Bernadine. Thanks for having me.
That's great. So we're all ready with our panelists, and let me straight away dive into the questions, because right now we're all eager to listen to our panelists. We would love to hear their experience, their knowledge, and I'm sure they have so much in store for you right now. So let me start with Mr. Kirti Pereira. We're talking about marketeers. You've been in the industry for a very long time. How do you identify a great marketeer, and what are the most important skills a marketeer should have within them?
Right. Thank you. Good morning to everybody again. And yes, true. In fact, in my organization where I manage about 7,500 employees, and of which there is a significant portion who are in marketing profession and doing quite well, and they are the driving force when it comes to marketing and sales. You know, I always recognize them as a very important aspect when it comes to the people's part of the organization. So to answer the question you asked, the skills and competencies that should mainly carry by these the marketing professionals. So I think the institutions like SLIM, they are doing a great role, you know, try to set the right academic background and create an environment where the professionals can gain their knowledge on marketing principles, you know, strategies, and so many aspects in and around marketing. That is one aspect. So that is the knowledge and the experience that you gain through your academic progression. On the other side, there is another aspect, what I always see, the character, the personality. Because I'll tell you one example, then it is easy for me to explain. You look at one important business segment in our country, right? I say small medium enterprises, which we consider as the backbone of the economy, right? Their contribution is enormous. But you look at some of these small medium enterprises, their owners are also the managers of these small medium enterprises, and they are quite small, not very large number of employees. But if you look at some of these successful businesses, some of them started very small and they managed to grow to a large institution. So if you really study their background, right, many of them, I think the other panelists also would agree with me, many of them, they don't follow the textbook. They don't know even. So then what makes them a successful entrepreneur? What makes them a successful business person? So that's something it's worth to look at, right? And you look at some of their behaviors, some of their styles. When it comes to decision making, you know, I have seen a lot of them take decisions based on their gut feeling, rather than, you know, based on a proper market research activities, understanding the market. But they have a gut feeling, if I take this product to the market, it will be a great success. And you look at their behavior is very informal, irrational, unorthodox, right? So these are the things that we don't usually find in textbook. But on top of this, what made them to be successful, there are a few other things that will come as part and parcel of their character. One thing is the leadership. Second thing is the passion. Third thing is the creativity. Those are three important aspects. When someone say passion and creativity, some might argue, you know, even in recent research, some scholars also argue on the fact that, you know, passion is a key ingredient of creativity. So you can argue on both ways. But if you take creativity, is a very important aspect all professionals need to develop. All professionals. When it comes to marketing professionals, I don't think without being creative, you know, when you go to market, how you develop the marketing activities, marketing plan, your approach, your go-to-market strategy, your product development strategy, and everywhere, you know, you need to bring in this creativity aspect. So, you know, knowingly or unknowingly, these small medium enterprises, they had this. They had all these key characteristics typically required to become a successful person in the business. So they had that. So passion, creativity, and the leadership. And when I explain a little bit on this creativity aspect, you know, so I always try to focus on certain things which are not largely described in the textbook, that I think being a senior professional probably could be useful for students. So now some might say, to become a creative person, you can be creative in a formal environment. No. I think, you know, if you look at people like great Archimedes, you know, who immersed himself in the water tub, then he invented the upward thrust, you know, and he forgot, you know, he was there, and he all of a sudden, you know, he went up and started running naked. That was a very popular story, you know. The people interpret why he ran naked is basically because of his happiness, which is not the case. You know, it is not because of his happiness, it was because of his subconscious or unconscious mind that he himself was there while having the bath, you know. the point that I'm trying to bring in here is creativity is emerging from your subconsciousness or unconsciousness, not the consciousness. If you try to really focus on something and try to be creative, you will never be able to achieve. Believe me. That is why, people get across so much of creative ideas when you're jogging, when you're cycling, when you're doing exercises and so many things. So you lightly get your stuff into your head and try to think around it. Then all of a sudden you stuck a point, that can be very... So this is the view of psychoanalytical researchers. But on the other hand, there are other arguments like, you can be creative through your self-esteem, that is, in Maslow's hierarchy, the top, where you reach the maximum potential, where you get into your maximum potential. So that is a different argument. So we need to be creative, we need to be passionate, and also you need to develop your leadership. So if our marketing professionals develop these skills, and if they pay attention in developing these skills on top of what they gain through their academic programs, I think they can be successful professionals in the market. And I'm sure I have seen people, they have been quite successful by gaining the skills and competencies in and around these areas, which has been the case knowingly or unknowingly in some of the very successful entrepreneurs in the small medium enterprises. That is why I brought in that example. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kirti Pereira. And surely we will always remember the key ingredients that you shared: passion, creativity, and the important skills that you shared with all of us today. So with that, other than these skills, if we look at these organizations, we see a lot of competition internally inside the particular organizations. Example, branding, marketing, communication teams, they have an internal competition. So how will you justify who will stand out? Marketing delegate, what kind of a marketing delegate will stand out in terms of your opinion?
Well, it is like this. Now, we see the competition in everywhere. Even in our education system, it's highly competitive. Sometimes I feel like it's too much, because that doesn't allow students to spend some time to gain knowledge in other areas. You are truly narrowed down, you really focus only on your subject matter. You don't have time to spend on other areas where you gain knowledge. Not only that, think of extracurricular activities. So these are all matter. All these activities matter to have a complete personality. So that is a very important aspect. So when it comes to the marketing professionals in our institution, there are people who can have their own brand, very strong profile, right? Profile doesn't mean the set of qualifications. It's your personality, it's your leadership. Just by talking to a person for a couple of minutes, you can understand how passionate is this person. And then your attitude, right? Your openness, your outgoing character, the willingness to meet people, go out, discuss, engage, interact, and you need to develop your the interpersonal and PR skills. So that's the character, that's the brand that we need to develop in our professions, actually, not only in marketing, to be frank. So when it comes to other professions also, this is something we see largely lacking. But it doesn't matter too much, say for example, a professional who is working in the back office, say design engineer, right? I mean, he is hardly exposed to the outside world, but they are deep thinkers on his job, what they do in and around the aspects around that design. So they are deep thinkers, but that is not that much important for those professionals. But when it comes to the people who deal with external people, the other customers, other institutions. So these aspects will matter. And I see the people who develop these skills are great marketing professionals, and they have a very strong brand. And not only that, they also act as brand ambassadors to the company that they represent. So then others start seeing the value of these individuals. They try to attract them to their institutions. They are highly demanding. So I think my advice is, so understand the kind of character that you need to be as a marketing professional and try to get there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kirti Pereira. With that, we are moving on to our next panelist, Mrs. Sumudu Tantirigoda. As a marketing-driven CEO, what's it like to lead an organization? And I'm sure leading an organization is not an easy task, and also climbing the ladder is also not an easy task. So it would be really great if you would like to share a few things, maybe a few challenges that you had to face down the line, and also how it's like to lead an organization, being a marketing-driven CEO.
Okay, thanks. So I think just to answer the question, I think first we need to establish as a marketeer, I think broad audience, what are the areas of specializations, what marketing delivers. I think what people have to understand is that marketing is a diverse area where it has brand marketing, there is sales, actually dealing with people and actually dealing with different levels of people, and also strategic planning, operational planning, as well as research and insight. So those are the broad areas. If you're a fully fledged marketeer, those are the areas you need to cover. So if you have covered those areas as a marketing professional over a time period of time, as you answering your first question, which is how it will help as a CEO. So again, going into the other side of a CEO, I think my understanding, my separation of a CEO's skill set, what is required. Firstly, I think first important thing as a CEO is to have a growth strategy. So you need to have the strategic planning, strategic marketing skills as a CEO for the organization to grow. So that's the most important thing. Any CEO, but I think me being in the FMCG, mostly Unilever, and these companies, marketing will have a bigger role, but I think other companies will also have this strategic growth lever. Any company we know will have to grow. Go to the consumer and market your products to the consumer. So that strategic growth thinking or the skill set is an important one. And the second one is, I would say, as a leader or a CEO, you want to manage people from very senior management to the worker level, like unions, sales level, and also retailers. So all these people, you need to engage with them and also lead them. So that's the other skill set, I would say, as a CEO, which is important. Third one is the number savviness. You need to know your numbers and also the P&L financial skill set. So answering your question, I think having that marketing exposure, strategic planning, operational planning, as well as this always the brand team or the sales team is looking at growing. So that growth mindset, strategic planning will help you once you actually in an organization leading that growth agenda for the company. Not that you will use the same skills, but then you will have the ground knowledge to understand whatever the strategies you are implementing, whether it's practical. The second one is the leadership I mentioned. So that leadership skills you will learn when you specially work in an environment of a sales environment, where you lead a large number of people at a junior level also when you're in the sales function. Because some of the functions you will go, but you will not be leading a bigger team. But if you cover that sales part of marketing, that you will have that exposure in terms of managing different sets of people and engaging with them in a positive manner and leading them. So I think those two parameters which I mentioned will definitely help as a professional if you have the marketing background. But there's no question the other skills are definitely useful. But that's the main aspects I would say which benefited me in terms of delivering in a better role and making it easier for me.
Thank you very much. So with that, again, among all those qualifications that you're having with you, I would love to know, how did the MBA marketing MBA support you in terms of becoming a CEO and also especially leading the organization as well?
Yeah, I think over the years, I think I started with my initial qualification in engineering. Then in terms of actually doing work, I've actually only done marketing professional continuously. I didn't do any engineering. Over the years, I captured different sets of qualifications and to actually grow as an individual and also aspire in the career. So initially I started with CIM, which was the basic professional qualification, which is also important as a young marketeer. But once you gain the experience and you are very, you're grooming and growing in the organization, then there is a time to actually go into that growth lever which I was stating, which is the strategic marketing part, where at a downstream you will not learn that part so much. But once you're doing a marketing MBA or a similar MBA at that level, you will have the right skill set to understand the difference between operational marketing as well as strategic marketing and also growth levers for the organization. So you will look at a visionary level when you are actually engaged with an MBA, where you will look at the big picture more than the operational picture. So I think that really helped in terms of driving that growth agenda.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sumudu, and that's really important because it's always good to look from a visionary level. So thank you very much for those important points. So with that, we're moving on to Dr. Pradeep Edward. Dr. Pradeep, you had your education at SLIM, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, and also the speciality is that you are the first SLIM president to come from the MBA alumni, which is fantastic. I'm sure that you're proud about it. And I'm sure that you have a lot of experience. So we would love to hear about SLIM from your side and how it has supported you and impacted your life as well.
Yeah, thank you, and it's a very good question, and it gave me also a reminder that I am the first president to come from the MBA alumni. That's a good thing. So talking about the MBA alumni at SLIM, right, I think it's actually a privilege. We have one of the best alumni in the country with some multi-talented individuals from different areas of learning. I think we have close to about 50 to 60 CEOs in our alumni and quite a number of entrepreneurs as well, right? So I think for those who have registered for this particular program, we have the first batch which has just passed out and the second batch just going in, right? So I first of all congratulate you not only for registering for the MBA program, but also welcome to the club to a great alumni at SLIM. Because see, now what you just brought, me being the first president of the MBA alumni, was an opportunity because I did my MBA at SLIM, right? See, SLIM I always call as the Mahagedara in marketing in Sri Lanka, right? It is the place which is, it's the national body of marketing, and unfortunately during our time we didn't have a specialized marketing MBA. See, the specialized marketing MBA will definitely help students to specialize in the area. Now we have a specialized engineer here right next to me and a CEO of a one of the biggest companies in Sri Lanka, right? He told you the importance he has in marketers, and offhand when we were having a chat also, he was saying how much he depends on the marketing team of driving, right? Then Sumudu also again another engineer by profession, very unique thing, and he's also converted into marketing through CIM and then moved on. So now here is opportunity for CIM and SLIM graduates both, because I had the opportunity of doing CIM and SLIM both. I am a fellow member of both institutes, right? So at that time, after I completed my SLIM diploma from Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, I just, you see, most of the, there are a lot of double qualified marketing qualified graduates in this country. That is why, because there is some aspect missing somewhere. If I want to talk about it, it will take a long time, right? So without analyzing the programs, if you go, now you see, some ask, why is this program 6 months? You should remember, this is given for a set of individuals who is going through a tedious 1.5 year program. either in the Slim Diploma in Marketing or the CIM program. So this is actually a unique top-up of 6 months where, like Sumudu said, where they can get themselves to the mold of a CEO position, right, in the profession of marketing. So I think this is a unique opportunity for everyone. And yes, being the president of the alumni didn't stop me there. It also helped me a lot because Slim is a place where you, if you want to maximize, you can maximize. So I did end up there. I ended up being the president of this prestigious institute, right? Because if you get involved in Slim, you can participate in so many events. Like, we have the Brand Excellence, People's Awards, NASCO Awards, Slim Digis, right? I think it's like, you have a range of things to do. So you can be a part of all this. So it is not only the marketing in the books that you will learn, you will get engross yourself into practical marketing, right? So when you come out, you're a wow product, right? So congratulations for whoever have registered and welcome to the club.
Sounds interesting. So to be a wow product, I'm sure any individual, young leaders, young entrepreneurs, and everyone who's dreaming to become successful, what else, what are the other advantages if they're going to pursue their career in marketing, or maybe they're going to enhance their skills and knowledge with marketing qualifications, with your experience?
Okay, for that, Bernadine, I'll give you a good example. Can you remember there was a time, maybe about I think when we were studying our marketing, that's where I think Sumudu took a bold step to switch to marketing. That was a time where there was a saying to say, can marketers get into the boardroom? Right? People perceived marketers as people who are doing advertisement, a backdrop like this, right? And giving some colorful thing outside. That's what they perceived marketers. But if you look at marketers today, right, and the fully fledged marketers which has come out, I think they are more finance oriented or more concerned about the bottom line than anyone else. That's the type of programs that marketing has created. If you take the Slim Diploma in Marketing, it's a beautiful program which covers finance into depth, right? So what I'm telling you is, again, now during my time, we learned a lot through the institute. So I'll tell you a practical example for me as a CEO. When I was the CEO of Lanka Hospital Diagnostics, now it's a hospital. I am a marketer. I take over as a CEO, right? So how can I do something there? So I can proudly say this is recorded stats. Within my tenure as the CEO, of course with a great team, right? We managed to achieve a 750 million bottom line contribution to Lanka Hospital PLC as a dividend, right? That's the highest profitability in that time and during a very turbulent time, I'm telling you. So what I'm saying, it was not a cakewalk. We were just talking. As I took over, it was a good year for me to restructure and everything. Next year we had East attacks, right? The entire country was closed down. Now I'm talking about the innovation like Mr. Kitty brought, right? That's a corporate CEO who is looking at something. So like he said, I as a marketer sitting as a CEO, if I didn't do something innovative, it would have not mattered, right? So we introduced different channels, right? We went to the doorsteps, we went to SLT inside and got their blood test, right? And we achieved a bigger profitability than the other years, right? Then the following year, COVID. People again can't come. All these events, remember, people couldn't come to the hospitals. So, but we had to think in a different way as a marketing team. With my marketing team, of course, how we can't increase cost, we can't do things like that. We introduced a drive-through, first ever drive-through, right? So these are innovative ideas and thinking we learn because of our marketing, right? So I think if someone says marketers can do any role today, I think marketers can be, and I'm only not talking about marketers, any field, because at one time it was decided that only one specific field can be on the top seat. Now we have a CEO of one of the biggest companies seated right next to me. He's an engineer by profession. He's done brilliant stuff with SL. You see the innovation coming out. Sumudu, a marketer, again, right? Then even if you take this education system of Slim, I would like to comment one thing. Slim takes education very seriously. And as a result, the program Slim conducts has always been very successful. So that's another reason that I always endorse Slim in my career, and it has helped me in my life. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pradeep Edward. And surely to transform into better personality, creativity is something really important, and especially innovation is also key to transformation as well. So with that, thanking all the panelists, I'm going to move into our final panelist for today, that is Dr. Damian Fernando. Speaking of academics, what's so special about marketing MBA at Wrexham Glyndon University?
Thank you, Bernadine. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. As Dr. Pradeep mentioned, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, being the pioneer marketing body in Sri Lanka, have produced fantastic marketers and business leaders in Sri Lanka for the last 51 years. If you look at today, in most places, if you look at some CEOs and top marketing directors, they are products of Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. And out of our products, we have two fantastic products. One is our postgraduate diploma in marketing. Today, it is considered as one of the best, or I would say best, marketing qualification in Sri Lanka. And also, SLIM offers, or the accredited center, to offer Chartered Institute of Marketing, CIM qualification in Sri Lanka. So we have been offering this course, and we have been producing good marketers in Sri Lanka through these two courses. Of course, we have some other courses as well. And as a futuristic organization, SLIM, a few years ago, we did a study, and we found out that there is a huge demand for marketing MBA. And also we found that the MBA thing has been becoming very important, and even organizations are demanding MBA, marketing MBA or general MBA students or the staff for their top positions. So we identified that. And also we identified our postgraduate diploma students or the PG DIP students or CIM students, if they want to do an MBA, they have to start from the beginning, and they have to go through 1 year, 1.5 year period, duplicating the same thing what they did, and also spending good 1 year, 1.5 years time. So identifying that requirement, what we did was, we did a research, and we looked at universities all over the world who are offering marketing MBAs, and then finally we decided, after a lot of mapping process, we decided to go ahead with Wrexham Glyndon University. With the Wrexham Glyndon University, if a student have completed their CIM or postgraduate diploma in marketing, they can finish their MBA within 6 months. The simple reason being, these both courses I just mentioned cover good 65% to 70% of the marketing MBA. So, if I tell you a little bit about Wrexham Glyndon University, Wrexham School of Science and Art was established in 1924. Then it was established as a university in 2008 as a Wrexham Glyndon University. And if you look at, I just saw a few articles about this university, and I did some research about it as well. And it is, the university has identified the emerging university by Guardian University Guide. Also, as Times University Guide has identified Wrexham Glyndon University as one of the high quality education institute in the UK. So, what are the advantages of the students who are following this MBA program? Number one, as you know, every year in Sri Lanka, close to more than 2,000 students complete either their CIM program or SLIM PGD program. So without spending time, easily within 6 months, they can have their MBA qualification. So if someone is joining to do SLIM PGD program or CIM program, they know when they are joining, in 2 years' time, I will be getting a dual qualification. I will be not only getting my PG DIP, or CIM qualification, also I'm getting an MBA from a leading international university. So, if I go further down, what I want to tell you here, as Dr. Pradeep mentioned, SLIM is very serious about our quality. We never compromise our education quality with anything. So, for this program, we have selected experienced university lecturers. It is mandatory for them to have a PhD. We have selected a lecture panel, highly qualified lecture panel, and also the supervisor panel. So, end of the day, the students who have completed CIM and PGD, in 2 years' time, they get dual qualification, a degree from a recognized foreign university, as well as a qualification from Sri Lanka, those who have done PGD. I think it's a fantastic combination. It's a great opportunity for the students who have completed PGD or CIM.
Thank you very much, Dr. Damian. And it would be really great if you can highlight the eligibility criteria, and also when should they, like, is there a particular age that they can start the MBA, and also more details on that. Maybe if we can highlight on that, because I'm sure everyone would love to know on that as well.
Let me explain you this in this way. You asked a question where the age, the qualification, and experience. So there are three things I would like to touch here. So if you think about marketeers, I mean, I would say before my era or sometime in the past, marketeers are considered as the face of the organization. Some people call they are talkers, not workers. So what happened was, in the history in the past, marketeers are sometimes good-looking people. Sometimes they have very good oral communication skills, presentation skills. They are the face of the organization. But as Dr. Pradeep mentioned, they never got a chance to go to the boardroom. So they collect their experience over the period of time, and when they get to the age of 50, 55, they may get opportunity to go to the boardroom at the age of 55, but having lots of experience. So that is one end, experience aspect. If you think about qualification, these days, since there are a lot of courses available and opportunities are there, I know students, at the age of 16, they finish their O-levels. At the age of 17, they finish the foundation course. At the age of 20, they get their undergraduate degree. 21, they get their masters. Do you think that they are ready to go to the boardroom, or any organization will offer them at the age of 21 a position in a good position in organization? So now it is collecting qualifications or certificate, one end. The other end is the other extreme, where you have collected a lot of experience. Now we should look at a place in between, whereas we shouldn't undermine the experience of a person, because 2-year good experience in a good organization is very important as a degree, but you can't compensate the knowledge what you gain from a degree from experience. Those are two different things. Now what you can do, what students can do in this context, they can do their studies, programs like MBA program or SLIM PhD program. If they do it at the correct time, they will open their doors to the boardroom. Instead of at the age of 55, they open their doors at the age of 30, 35 or 40. Now, I'm answering your third point. I talk about education, I talk about experience. Now you are shortening your career ladder. You are climbing quickly to the position you want to go through the experience. Now by age of 35, 40, you have come to a position where you want to get experience plus qualification. Now you are ready. Once you have that combination, you are a successful leader. You are a game changer. You are a person who changed the organization. Not only your organization, you change your industry. You take your industry to next level. To do that, you need to have good experience, good qualification at the correct age. So all these three things need to come in place to create a good leader. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Damian, for beautifully making us understand the importance, especially the three aspects: experience, then the qualifications, and also the age at the right time to become a change maker and to do great. So thank you very much, Dr. Damian, for that.
Thank you.
So Dr. Damian was highlighting, including our panelists, was highlighting the importance of the MBA and how it has supported their lives and their career and their industry as well. So maybe I would love to hear from each panelist the importance of an MBA, just a glimpse of that. Maybe I'll start with Mr. Sumudu.
Yeah, thank you. So I think I mentioned in the previous discussion also, and a lot of input also came within the discussion. So I think, as I mentioned earlier, with some level of qualification at postgrad sim or something, basic degree, you will get the basic operational skills, specialized skills on at a more academic level. But once you do the MBA, as Doctor mentioned, you have the experience also. Along with the experience, once you do the MBA, you are taught in a slightly higher level, more growth strategy, that level of maturity is taught there. So a combination of that at the right age will definitely give you the advantage to actually mix the experience with the professional qualification and deliver to the organization. So I think it's the timing, as mentioned, doing it at the right time will help you better in terms of delivering the expectation.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kirti?
Yes, thank you. Good question. I think thanks for the detailed elaboration by the two other panelists on the course, and of course complimented by my gentleman on the other side. And this is a master's degree program, right? And earning a master degree program is a very important milestone for any professional, because after the undergraduate program, basic degree program as is suggested, and you work in an institution and try to learn a lot of things through your experience. And when you have some experience, then again when you enroll for a master level program, you can test some of things that you have done. It's a great opportunity, to correlate and relate the things, have I done these things correctly? Is that something which makes sense to the business? Is this something that is relevant to the market? Is this the right product, right? And that is one aspect. So while you are earning a master's degree program, you have the opportunity to relate what you learn through your experience, and then correct yourself if there are any gaps in moving forward. That will develop your confidence. I think if you take an individual who does the postgraduate or a master's degree and the other is not doing, you see a huge change after completing the program. The way he thinks, the way he approach a problem, even when he talk to a person, discuss, the level of confidence, his personality is slightly different with his confidence, and there is again one aspect. One more thing, when I discuss with other panelists also, what I came through is, so there is a research project as part of this program for students to complete. It's very important that, we get into this research mindset. I think two doctors also would agree with me. This is something slightly lacking. So we go out of the context sometimes and select a topic in your subject area and do a deep research through a well-structured project that will also help you to develop your research mindset, where you can be creative and innovative, as is correctly said. So you will never get this opportunity in the working environment. You can do this only through a well-structured study program, where the subject matter is also being screened by this international university, which is also very important, because these are all quite matured markets in the world. So it's important that rather than reinventing the whole wheel, I think we collaborate with global universities like this, and this is the best way to, to develop our education system and to deliver products which can do wonders in the market. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Pradeep.
Yeah, let me put it like this. Now, if there's a cake, right? Anyway, the cake when it's made with the ingredients and with the inner icing, it tastes good, right? So when you're specializing in something, right, your outlook and how it comes out and how you're seen out matters a lot, right? That's why you ice the cake, right? So I would say for marketers, getting this additional feather in their cap, which currently the CIM and SLIM diplomates have, and I'm sure Dr. Damian and the team are working on to get cover so many other program areas also in the country, to other marketing qualifications also to come into this criteria, right? This is like icing in the cake, right? So it will be a situation that you become a fully fledged marketer and you can say, yes, now I'm a real professional marketer having a master's, right? So very short, that's what I would like to say.
Thank you very much. Dr. Damian.
Yes, I think most of them covered very important points about an MBA. Fantastic, as he said. I can say, taking a cue from what he just mentioned, Dr. Pradeep just mentioned, like doing our PG DIP program or the CAIM program would be the cake. And with this icing of having an MBA, make it complete product. And also I would like to tell, like, of course, having our PGD program, our postgraduate diploma students, definitely it will open the door for your boardroom. In the boardroom, that door is open for you with that qualification. But to sit in a proper seat in the boardroom, I think the master's degree program, especially this master's in marketing, will definitely helpful, and it's a great program to follow.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Dr. Damian. So with that, finally, I'm sure there's so much to share with the audience, but finally, what is your final message that you would like to share with our viewers? I'll start with Mrs. Sumudhu.
Okay. Just want to share with them on the marketing, how to become a kind of a fully fledged marketeer, because I think there are some instances where people get stuck in one area only, where they will start, for example, as assistant brand manager, and senior brand manager, and then so on. They will only focus on one stream of marketing. But I think what becomes a real fully fledged marketer is if you have all these areas which I earlier talked about, where you need to have the sales exposure, you need to have the exposure in strategic planning and insights, doing research. I think research was also mentioned. So as a young marketeer or a person who wants to grow into the next level and be a fully fledged marketeer, and again, which will support them to go into the boardroom, is if you only become expert in all these skills. It will be challenging. You need to take those risks and move from one area to the other with some compromises, where I still remember I initially started at tobacco in research, but moved into sales, and then only I realized there's a lot of potential and a lot of learning. So likewise, I think as young marketeers, you need to take those challenges, aspire to capture all these experiences if you are to become a fully fledged marketeer. Otherwise, I think we will only be one area of specialization.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kirti.
Yes, thank you. I think we as an institution, at SLT, we have a document called SRPS. SRPS is Scheme of Recruitment and Promotion Scheme. So we are a highly structured organization, and also being a part of the government, so we're supposed to follow this document very closely when it comes to our recruitments. So unlike, I don't have the luxury of recruiting people like they do, unfortunately, right? Even though such a skillful person, it's so hard for me to recruit at different levels. But at the recruitment level, we very clearly mention in our SRPS when it comes to sales and marketing professionals. So our qualifications are SIM and SLIM. That's mandatory. So you can have a basic degree program, but if you don't have SIM or SLIM, we are not going to recruit them. So we value the professional qualifications more than the academic qualifications, because that is what is important for our business. And my key message to students and the professionals who are in the early part of their career is enjoy what you do, because marketing, being a marketing professional, you have a lot of freedom. You can immerse yourself in the market and try to understand what it is, and then come back to your office, discuss with your superiors, the heads of the departments, try to understand, what best you can do in developing the best product to the market, and also be a part of developing the marketing strategy to the company. And also you can give lot of insights and lot of ideas, thoughts, opinions when it comes to the annual business planning, because as he said, the marketing professionals are the face to the customers, because they are the drivers of the revenue, in my view. Because if I look at the KPIs that I set to revenue related KPIs, 70 to 80% of them are given to the marketing professionals. All are SIM and SLIM graduates. So to get there, to deliver what company expect from you to deliver, what is important is be passionate, enjoy your job, and also be very open-minded and spare some time to get into market, talk to your customers in very formal and informal environments, and understand, because social structures are such that in different organizations are very complicated. I think my friend agree with me, even at SLT and John Kills are the classic examples because I know both these institutions, and the social structures within these institutions are very complicated. So we expect the key account managers, the marketing professionals, even the CMO level to go and understand, because if you do a single mistake, right, communicating a wrong thing to a wrong person or the wrong time, that can kill your entire business opportunity. So this is entirely in the hand of the marketing professional. So be mindful on what you do, be precise, and of course you need to have very strong interpersonal and PR skills. I think as others said, if you are a successful marketing professional, so you are complete in many ways, and that will help not only to your professional career, in dealing with your home affairs as well, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Pradeep?
Yeah. So as a final message, actually I just, when I was coming for the program, I got a call from a very senior marketer, right, who also has an MBA, and he is a CIM qualified person, and I can mention his name is Mr. Rohan Somamansa, a director at DSI. So he called and told me, Pradeep, I'm enrolling for this program. He was the past president of SLIM and the president of the Asia Marketing Federation. So such a senior person who already has a master's wants to specialize in marketing and do a double MBA, right? And we see so many double MBAs today in the country, right? A lot of people are doing double MBAs. So this is something I saw. So I just thought it's wow, right? Like I said, a person like this is going to do it. So as a final remark, I just thought when this program was going on, I was just thinking, what if I didn't do the MBA? Where would I have been? I was just picturing whilst this program was going. And I just thought, I'll take this opportunity to thank some people, right? I would, because see, the first time when I was invited to do the, it's been 20 years since I have finished a marketing qualification, right? It's over 20 years, so such a long time. And it's now close to 10 years that I finished my master's, right? So I like to thank Mr. R.M.P. Dayavansa, who was one of the past presidents at SLIM, and Mr. Saliya Veerasekara, past president of SLIM. Right, we were at a marketing conference in Manila, and they convinced me to do an MBA because I was the first batch of the MBA at SLIM at that time. So they convinced me, I think still in the airport lounges, everywhere they were convincing me to do the MBA, right? So I'm really thankful for them, right, for getting me here. And also Nasli and Mehirini, they were also instrumental to influence because they are in the marketing team of SLIM, right, to do the MBA at SLIM, right? So I just thought it's a good opportunity. I was just thinking when this program is going on, what would have happened if I didn't do an MBA at that time? And I just thought marketing qualification is good enough because actually at that given time it was good enough. There was very less MBA programs, right? So I would like to, as my final message, I would like to say SLIM is a very good place for education, and I really enjoyed it. And I can still remember the time I was doing the MBA, the head of education was Dr. Amara Gunasekara, a very senior consultant and a very senior person, and he really streamlined the MBA program and things like that. And now we have got Dr. Damian full-time sitting at SLIM, and the uniqueness in Dr. Damian, he's a corporate leader and an academic. So I think it's a very good combination. Actually, as past presidents also, we were happy to get a person like him to come because he will see the aspect of both angles, of the corporate side and the education side, because this is what matters. The practical angle is important because it's day-to-day running life, right? So I think it's a good opportunity for everyone. So be a part in this particular, do your MBAs and go in life, move forward, because I know this is definitely icing in cake, like I said before. So I wish everyone all the best. Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Damian?
I'll be very quick. Those youngsters who are watching this program online, but I want to tell them as an end remark or as advice, whatever you do, please do with passion. Be passionate about the job you do and enjoy your job and love your organization. So love what you do, love your organization. That is very, very important. And the final and the important thing is, you can get 10 MBAs, 10 PhDs, but the most important thing or the advice I want to give the youngsters is have a good attitude. So attitude matters a lot. So with your qualifications, if you have a good attitude, you can reach all your goals in your life. So that's my advice.
Thank you very much. And a very big thank you to all our panelists for sharing their experience and knowledge. And I'm sure that you are the audience, a type of an audience who will listen to this, learn from this, and make sure that you implement what you actually was listening to, because what really matters is implementation and learning and changing your life and conquering your dreams. So a very big thank you for the fantastic experience that you shared once again and the wise words. So a very big thank you to Mr. Sumudu Tantirigoda, Mr. Kirti Pereira, and Dr. Pradeep Edward, and Dr. Damian Fernando. Thank you very much. Education is the greatest investment that you can make, which will pay you the best interest. With that, now it's time to watch a video where there's a student who would love to share his experience with you. So he has completed PCM, PGDIP, and now Marketing MBA, who has been through an academic journey with SLIM from the beginning of his career. Let's now hear from him, Mohammad Nimshad.
Hello, I am Nimshad. I work for Softlogic Life, a premier insurance company in Sri Lanka. I received my school education at Isipatana College, Colombo. As a school leaver, I started my professional career at Softlogic Life. And parallelly, I enrolled with SLIM to enhance my academic career. That is the beginning of my journey at SLIM. Journey from PCM, postgraduate diploma, up until MBA in marketing. The institute enabled school leavers such as myself to explore the possibilities of marketing. Today, I hold an MBA with distinction, which I am grateful for SLIM. SLIM has a unique way of coordinating and operating the academic programs. Its multidimensional approach and flexibility allows working students to strike a balance between work and studies. More importantly, SLIM also exposes us to take up various leadership roles. I was able to take part in a number of extracurricular activities. As the Student Council President, I was able to uplift my soft skills, team building, leadership, and networking skills. I can confidently say the years spent at SLIM have been the most memorable and eventful one. The support from the academic and non-academic staff is remarkable. The dynamic panel of lecturers is the strength of SLIM. I am extremely thankful to all our individual supervisors. They constantly push each and every student to go the extra mile. Throughout these years, we were exposed to a number of practicing marketers for evaluation. That exposure supported me to sharpen my presentation and negotiation skills, and now I fruitfully employ them at work. Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing, SLIM as we all call it, it's not just another educational institution, it is the national body for marketing. Through this network, I was exposed to the elite marketing professionals in the country and around the world. At SLIM, we were able to meet people in the likes of Mr. Ron Kaufman, well known as the world #1 service marketing guru. I will always identify myself as a product of SLIM, and I am proud and honored to be known so. A big thank you to SLIM for molding us into accomplished members of the marketing fraternity.
Thank you very much for your sharing your knowledge as well. So a very big thank you once again to all the panelists, and reminding you that there are more than 7 billion stories in the world. And out of those 7 billion stories, there are more than 21 million stories in Sri Lanka. And out of those 21 million stories, your story is one. My story is one. Mrs. Sumudu's story is one. Mr. Kitty's, Dr. Pradeep's, Dr. Damian's story is one. So I believe that you are the author of your life. There will be challenges coming to you. There will be obstacles coming to you, and you can see those challenges right there. But what's important is how you face it, how you get ready, how you groom yourself, how you develop yourself, how you gain the experience and the qualifications to face those challenges and conquer the world. So remember, your story is one. So keep writing your story and make sure that your story is an inspirational one where you can inspire many and you can conquer your dreams and goals as well. So wish you all the very best. Once again, a very big thank you to the panelists, and wish you all the very best. Take care. Signing off, I'm Bernadine Jai Singha.